Hey guys, Justin Boyd with the Boyd team at Keller Williams Drive, coming to you with your March update for the market. I wanted to talk about something today that's a little bit new to our area. It's called iBuyers. But before I get into that, I did want to address a little bit with the market. We've seen the stock market go down a lot in the past week or so. But actually for home buying, that ends up being a good thing. So one of the groups that I follow, there's been a guy saying for the last 6 months that there was going to be some event that was going to cause everything to kind of pause and the interest rates to start going down. And he didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but he said we were just at the point that something was going to happen that was going to cause that. And he's been saying for months that we're about to hit the point where we're going to see rates that have been lower than we've ever seen in any of our lifetimes, really ever. And so just last week, he actually put a number on it and said with everything that's happening, he says very shortly he believes that we will be in a territory where we'll be having rates for mortgages under 3%. So there was a short period of time about 5 years ago where rates were 2.75 for a very short period of time for 15-year mortgages, but he feels like that's going to be commonplace in the next couple of months. And so if you have a house that you bought 2-3 years ago or maybe even longer, now might be a great time to go ahead and look at refinancing. In the next couple of months, if you see those rates drop below 3, it would be a very good opportunity to potentially lower your payment. So, on to iBuyers, what I wanted to talk with you guys about today. The three main players we have in the market of iBuyers are Opendoor, OfferPad, and Zillow. I sold a house last month in a neighborhood in Simpsonville that the house across the street was actually owned by Opendoor. And so basically they will go to the seller of a house and they will purchase that house and they'll try to get the lowest price possible because they are then going to buy that house, do a couple things to it, and sell it again. And so they're trying to make that margin be a little bit wider. And so they're not going to offer market value for the house ultimately. The other option, obviously, is a real estate agent. I've got the Boyd team down here. And so when you're looking at these options here, generally Opendoor and OfferPad, they're going to charge around 7.5%, and Zillow is going to charge around 7%. Now, all three of these companies advertise that they do not charge commissions. Opendoor charges what they call an experience fee. OfferPad has a credit. You don't realize until later that it's a credit to the buyer of OfferPad, and Zillow does something similar to that as well. The Boyd team, on average, you're going to be charged around 6% as a commission on that. And so on a $300,000 house, that breaks down to $22,500 for Opendoor and OfferPad, $21,000 for Zillow, or $18,000 for the standard agent. On top of these, they are also going to charge you a fee for any repairs, which generally is going to come into around the $5,000 to $6,000 range from Opendoor and OfferPad. That's actually on their initial offers. They include what they estimate the repairs might be. And Zillow being the same thing. They also charge what some of them are calling a service fee, or it could be a market risk fee, is what I think OfferPad calls it. So they're trying to mitigate some of the risk by charging the seller even more. So this number quickly becomes $30,000 before you know it. On top of that, like I said, they are offering an under market value for the house. And so breaking this down into a real world example, one of the agents in our office last year said, I just want to see if this is for real. And so he took his home that was built in 2017 and he built it. $398 was the price on that. And so here we are 2 years later towards the end of 2019, and he offered it up on OfferPad. So OfferPad came back in 24 hours and gave him an offer of $355,000 for a house that's 2 years old, was built new construction for $398. On top of that, they've got their 7.5% fee here, and they have their repair cost, and they have their service fees. And so very quickly, he's giving up over $40,000. If an agent would have sold it, he would have netted somewhere around $375,000. With OfferPad selling it, he would have netted somewhere around $325,000. And so $50,000 left on the table right there. Was it easy? Yes, it took him 10 minutes to put the information in the system. But is that 10 minutes, is that worth $50,000? Not to most people. So that's what I wanted to talk with you guys about this month. It is something that is newer to our market, but it is in our market, and we're starting to see a little bit more of it. Builders are starting to use this as an incentive to tell people that want to build with them, come sign a contract with us. We have a company that'll buy your home, and you can move out whenever your new home's done. You don't have to worry about getting it sold. You don't have to worry about timetables. We'll handle all of that. And what's happening is they're offering below market value with Open Door Offer Pad, and that company's going to buy it. Sure, you can name your closing date, but again, you're giving up $50,000 in order to do that. And so just something I want you guys to consider. If you have any questions on this, certainly give me a call. I hope that you guys have a great March, and I look forward to talking to you in April.